Doing 50, 55 mile an hour right there, ain't it? Well, you know, back a few weeks ago, we had some really tough wind that was like 70 mile an hour, and heck, it didn't let up for about 6 hours. I mean, it just blowed and blowed and blowed, and I just couldn't believe how long it blowed for that length of time. You know it?
Yep, we had bad storm Friday. We had tornadoes all around.
Yeah. Well, it hit down there at Adamsville, and it killed 9 people. You ever been to Adamsville?
I don't think it hit Covington down there too. We're here in Memphis.
I knew it hit Covington.
Yeah.
But it hit Adamsville over where Buford Pulser's from. Down by Savannah. Going over by Pickwick.
Yep.
Down by Shiloh Park over there. And it killed 9 people. And my God, Adamsville ain't that big of a place, is it? They got them a little...
Supposed to be about as bad tonight as it was that night.
Really?
Yep.
They got them a little museum over there in Adamsville, but I don't think it's nothing, it's not nothing elaborate. It's not nothing all that big. But it just seems like the weather has become very, very violent, vicious. You know what I'm saying? Very vicious.
Lately it has been.
And I was raised up around in this area all my life. I still live here now, down around Hop In, Sidonia. But, I remember we had bad storms, but you could always elevate them toward them coming somewhere in between March and May. And now you liable to get just as bad of a bad storm on Christmas Day or the day before Christmas as you do May.
Tornado last year hit us at December 10th.
And it really put the hurting on y'all, didn't it?
Yeah, the other side of the highway was wiped out.
I mean, it put the hurting on y'all, didn't it? Your city hall was gone, your fire station was gone. What else was gone?
Still gone.
Post office.
Post office. Oh man, that was a beautiful freaking post office, wasn't it?
Yep.
I mean, y'all had a state-of-the-art post office.
Got it all. Amazing what wind can do.
Now, whenever something like that occurs, does the city put in for some sort of a grant?
FEMA came in here and did a lot, and they give them a bunch of money. They ain't spent a lot of it yet, but yeah.
But is that what happens? They offer them a grant, and then they can go rebuild again? Is that what happens there?
Yep.
Because, I mean, you got to have, I guess you got city water, right? I mean, you're a city, right?
Yeah, water and all that never got shut off, except we lost power, but other than that, we have water.
But, I mean, it tore up some people, didn't it?
Oh, yeah. The other side of the highway, it got everything.
And it killed 2 or 3 around that bend over there, didn't it?
Just about every house in here, they got all the trailers down there in Robertson Trailer Park. It wiped out probably 150 trailer campers.
150 tractors.
They were all empty because people just come in the springtime to fish.
Right.
Man, if it hit in May, it'd probably killed 100 people.
Or better.
All them motorhomes be full down there. It wiped them out.
Just twisted, mangled mess.
There wasn't nothing left for down there.
Well, this past last storm that come through here, they claim so far between Arkansas, Tennessee, Illinois, Indiana, I think 2 more other states, they claimed the death toll the other day was up to 33.
Yeah, they had
33.
From Louisiana to Wisconsin.
33 people dead.
Thunderstorm, yep. We were lucky when we got hit. It killed 5 people. 3 of them was in the Cypress Landing over there. Knocked down that hotel. That killed 3 of them. And then 2 people killed down here in that trailer park. That's it. We were lucky.
It's getting to where you can't survive them, I mean, really. Them people down there at Little Rock, they was lucky because I think they said it was a category 2 or 3.
It was a big one.
It was a big one, but it wasn't a powerful one.
Yeah.
Not like the one that hit over in Joplin, Missouri. Remember that hitting over in Joplin, Missouri?
Yeah, that was the F5. That killed 150.
Man, that wiped their whole freaking town out, didn't it?
Yep. Sure
I
did.
think it killed about 70, 80 people, didn't it?
Yep.
It was way on up there.
Yep.
What do you think it is? What do you think's going on? Do you think there's maybe possible something with global warming?
That's what they're saying. I don't know.
You think the world's changing?
Over my head, I don't know.
I mean, we don't get no cold winters no more like we used to. Not no long
We
ones.
used to get ice every year. Now
Every year.
We get it every 5, 6 years now.
If you're lucky.
Yeah.
But then whenever it does come a cold spell, my God, it's liable to go all the way down to Brownsville, Texas, isn't it?
Yeah.
That put the hurting on Texas.
We usually get more cold weather in February than we do December and January.
But now everything's off kilter.
Yeah.
It's off kilter.
I don't know what it is.
So is the Lord fixing to return or what? Huh?
I have no
I
idea.
mean, should we start
Why?
making reservations? I mean, really? I mean, if he comes back in flaming fire, taking vengeance upon the world and those that obey him not, there's going to be a lot of people left down here that's going to be hurt.
Yep, that's for sure.
Especially those that never had a relationship with him, you know.
That's for sure.
Because it says in the Bible, whenever he returns, he ain't going to come back as a lamb.
No.
He going to come back with a roar, ain't he?
What they say?
Look at them waves out there. Them what, 2-foot waves?
Yeah, they're rolling.
White cap in there?
This ain't bad here. That deep water down there, it'd be 5-6 foot waves down here.
It would.
Yep.
Whatever happened with your duck hunting deal down here where that guy wound up going crazy and killing them 2 boys, and then I guess he jumped off in the water and committed suicide basically,
No,
didn't he?
there was 3 of them. He tried to kill all 3 of them, but the 3rd one got the gun from him.
Okay.
Knocked him out.
Knocked him out.
Put him in the boat, taking him back to shore. When he came to, they started fighting in the boat. He knocked him out of the boat and just left him.
Okay. And basically,
And it was cold, rough.
Yeah.
Really cold that day.
and basically he died of
He died
the
off the
thermo.
Yep.
It's a wonder.
They say he had dementia, but nobody really
It's a
knows.
wonder if they didn't try to charge somebody for, what they call it, it ain't murder, something else, where,
Manslaughter.
well, not manslaughter, it's something else, where basically they can go after them and sue them. Because that old man was worth a lot of money, you know it?
Yeah, he owned a lumber company in Mark. He had money.
Yeah, he had money. Him and his boys had money.
Yeah.
But you know, that got shut up real quick, didn't it?
I don't know. I imagine they got sued, but I haven't heard.
Wrongful death suit. That's what I was thinking about. A wrongful death suit.
Yeah.
In other words, because the old man killed them 2 guys, they had the opportunity of going after them with a wrongful death suit, kind of like what they done to that
They probably did. I wouldn't doubt it.
that up there in Mayfield, Kentucky, that candle factory up there,
Yeah, I heard something about that.
the candle factory, yeah, where the boss man was basically holding people hostage and telling them that if they left, they was going to lose their job.
Yeah.
Well, now them people that got killed, their families and stuff is now going after them for a wrongful death suit.
They should. That was crazy.
Yes, it was crazy, wasn't it? Because I mean that WPSD was pinpointing it down to the road whenever it was going to be at a certain road, and they was nailing it. You know it.
Yep. Yep. Well, there was a bunch of money on that.
And you know Mayfield won't never be the same. Never be. Mayfield won't never be the old Mayfield like me and you are familiar with.
You went right down the highway. You go down the highway and both sides of the road, trees are laid over.
It
for
just wiped the whole
hundreds of yards.
whole freaking town out, courthouse and all, didn't it? And some of them churches,
You hit downtown really hard.
some of them churches I know
Yeah.
had to have been built either in the early 1900s or late 1800s, because you could tell by the way that they used big block and all kinds of, you know, concrete and stuff. And some of them walls I know had to have been like 2 foot thick
Yeah.
of nothing but solid freaking rock. And it blowed through that like it wasn't nothing. And they had a couple factories down there that had big old beams in them, and it bent them like pretzels. So that thing was huffing and puffing, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was.
After it left, that was the same one that was right here, right?
I don't know if it's the same one. We had several that now. We had one here, they got one, there was one in Kenton. We had more than one.
But didn't this one right here, didn't it go up through Casey?
It came up the highway and then it went up the hill and got a couple houses in it. We kind of turned and went that way.
It got Casey though, didn't it?
One of them did. I don't know if it's the same one or not.
I bet it was the same one. And then she kept puffing and puffing until they got over at Mayfield, and that's whenever it done a little dance, done a little jigaboo, didn't it?
Yep, it was pretty serious.
Well, the wind settled down, so I guess the front's come
That was
through.
the front.
There go the fishing for a day or two, won't
Yeah,
it?
it's like a big, one big streak of mud tomorrow.
Fishing always comes good, what, about 48 hours before a big front comes in, don't it?
Yeah, they pick up. They know it's coming somehow.
The barometric pressure changes on them real quick, and they know that it's feeding time. That's when they go into a feeding frenzy.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna see what this food tastes like. It looks good.
Yeah, it's pretty good fish.
It looks good.